Hello, I'm Zarazabas and welcome to Simcity. I've been playing quite a bit of Simcity over the last couple of days, many hours played, and I've been having lots of fun with it, so I thought, what the hell, I might as well start a new region and let's make a video out of it. Now I know the game, it's been getting quite a bit of bad press lately, and much of that is deserved. But just for anyone out there who's sitting on the fence about whether or not to buy it, I can tell you that it is playable and it is fun. Certainly there are a lot of things from SimCity 4 that I loved about the game that have been taken out of this version. It would have been great if we could have had them. For whatever reason they're not there. But having said that, there's a lot of great features added in this new game that I wished for in SimCity 4 when I was actually playing SimCity 4. So it's fundamentally the same game. It's just a little bit different. It's a lot of fun. There are a few stability issues with it still. I have had some cities rolled back, so rolled back to an earlier save, that is, or an earlier state. So keep that in mind when you're making your decision about whether or not to play it, but it is fun. Anyway, speaking of fun, let's dive right into it. So as you can see, I've created a new region called Zarazabas, and we have 16 sites for cities and 4 locations for great works. So we're going to try and build a super region. We're not going to try and just build one city at a time. We're going to try and develop a few cities in tandem that will hopefully complement each other. So let's get right in there. This is where I'm going to begin, and as you can see, there's no resources in this place. All there is land, water, and wind. The reason I'm doing that is because I've spent quite a bit of time in the mining specialization and drilling as well, collecting oil. I've managed to make quite a lot of money from that, and I just want to try something different. I haven't tried the gambling specialization yet, so that's what I'm going to give a go on this first site, but we will be developing the surrounding sites as well, and expanding into some of the other specializations. Anyway, let's claim... Oh, and there we go. That's very weird. I haven't seen that bug before. Let's try this again, shall we? Okay, that seems to be working this time. I think it was a case of the connection to the SimCity servers dropping out whilst I was talking. That does happen occasionally. It's one of the many problems with this game at the moment. Fortunately, if you lose your connection whilst you're actually in-game playing, you can just continue on playing anyway. And when the connection is restored, I think the region syncs with the server, and everything just carries on as normal, which just goes to show that the always online requirement is pretty much a load of shit. Anyway, let's have a look at what we've got here. So we don't have a huge amount of land space, but anyway, that's the card we've been dealt. So let's just deal with it. We have one. What's this? We have one rail connection and one avenue connection to the highway. I wish there was more. I wish you could create more, but you can't. Anyway, so we already know that we don't have any resources on this map. I'm gonna try and not have any dirty industry, so we don't need to see which way the wind is blowing, so to speak, to stop the air pollution from spreading where we don't want it to. We can basically just get right in and start building. So the first thing we need to do, you notice this is red down here, we need to build a road onto this road here. Now, one thing that I have learnt very early on is that single lane roads, roads rather than avenues, not the way to go, and it's not easy to upgrade from a road to an avenue, as you will lose the buildings along the side of it. So plan ahead. That's all I can say about that. Anyway, enough babbling on. So basically what are we going to do? Let's just start building. We're going to extend our medium density avenue out. I think what we're going to do is try and have kind of a loop going around. We'll bridge over there, so we'll have one central avenue circling around. Now obviously that's going to be expensive at this early stage in the game, so we're not going to build all of that just yet. We'll just do part of it. And one thing that I absolutely love about the new version of SimCity is the ability to build curved roads like this. Now that's going to take a fair chunk of my money to begin with, but should I do it or shouldn't I? I don't really know. I think that I will. I think I will. So it's gonna let's bring it out to about here. That'll do. Who cares? Who cares? You know. Yeah. In this game, you can always just sit there and accumulate money for a while and demolish stuff and rebuild. Don't be afraid to just level your whole city if that's what you want to do. Anyway, we need some residential zones. So let's have our residential kind of out this way, I think. So let's get a. We'll just start off with low density streets, and again we're going to use some nice arcs, I think. Yeah, we'll have a. Let's do a nice big arc, kind of spiraling down that way. Oh, actually, I'm not sure about this. Let's oh geez, I'm thinking way too much about this. I can always level it. Let's just go like that for now. We'll have kind of square around the edges, and we'll try and put some interesting arcs in the middle. And let's just get some residential down. That's not very much residential, but we need to get some income going. So even if this isn't where we ultimately want people to live, we'll just knock their houses down later when we need to reorganize our city. Anyway, I'm going to need some power. Look, we're not going to need much power to begin with, so I'm just going to get a wind power plant. And where do I want this? I mean, I definitely want it configured in that direction, I think, because that would be perpendicular to the wind. I'm not sure if that actually counts. If anybody could let me know, that would be great. I don't really know. Screw it. Let's just put it there. We can demolish it later. I don't want to spend too much time thinking about things while I'm actually recording. When I'm playing this by myself, I tend to play it quite slowly, so I'm going to try and accelerate that a little bit. Speaking of which, let's turn the clock speed up a little bit, and let's get some more residential stuff built, shall we? We'll go out that way, and zone a bit of residential across there. Now, do we need water at this early stage? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe we do. It's telling us we need water, so let's do that. Now, another thing that I have learnt, you ideally want your water sources near the coast, as that will replenish the water table. The water table will deplete as time goes on, but for the moment we're just plonking stuff anywhere, basically until we get a good source of income, and then we can start demolishing stuff and putting stuff where we actually want it. So I think we got someone here wanting to go do a bit of shopping. How's that? We do have a bit of commercial desirability, so let's do it. Let's give the people what they want. What do you say? So where are we going to put our commerce? We ideally want it kind of near our residence. So let's just go. You can't do that. I need to extend that. Okay, let's turn the curved roads off. Extend that out a little bit, and we'll just go down that way. That'll do for the moment. And let's plop a bit of commercial down to keep the people happy. And we've got our speed on full, so here come the builders. As you'd expect, that goes up pretty quickly. And we can build a town hall. Now, I don't want to build it just yet because we're only making 234 an hour, and this is going to cost us 200 an hour. So we want to build our finances up a little bit first. We do have some industrial demand, but I'm going to try and keep industry out of this city. I want it to be a big commercial gambling city, basically. So this guy, he wants a bit of industry, I think, but no thanks, buddy. We don't want your kind here. Nothing against the blue collar worker, but that's just not what we're going for in this city. We'll put that in with our mining cities, I think. Anyway, let's continue along down here. Just have a big strip of seedy, dodgy pet gas stations and cheap food, and what else have we got here? A Taco Bell, and it's keeping our people happy. As you can see, that's what we want at this stage. We still have a lot of industrial demand. Basically, I think we're going to have to continue zoning commercial until we've got a bit of residential demand coming up. So let's keep going with the residential. We can do the other side here. And let's do some nice kind of spiraling arcs off of here. That doesn't work too well. Maybe we need to. Interesting. Maybe we need to go from the other side. So if I do something, something like that. And we'll turn our road guides on to try and, I believe it's to try and maximize the density. That doesn't work too well. Let's screw that. We'll just leave it like that for now. That gives us a bit of room to plonk some more housing in. Let's get these guys along here. I think actually if I push control, so if I push control I can do a whole section at a time, which is good. Where's that done? Right to the end. Okay, now we're starting to have a bit of problem with sewage, unfortunately. Do we want to get a sewage outflow pipe? We don't have much of a choice at this stage. I think what I actually want to do, I'm going to let the sewage build up for a little while. I don't care about these guys that much yet. I have no attachment to them, and we'll wait until we have an adjacent city with lots of dirty industry in it, and we'll send all of our shit there. That's what we're going to do. So anyway, we got 500 people. It's pretty slow going at the moment, actually. We still got loads more demand for commercial stuff. So let's try and maybe see if we can continue these arcs. How are we going to do this? This is looking a bit shit, but we can amend it at a later date. We'll do something like that, and get another one along here. And let's zone a whole load of commercial in here, shall we? In fact, I'll probably end up. Let's dezone this residential here. We'll try and keep all of our commercial together in one district, and vice versa with the residential. Okay, let's rezone that as commercial. Now I think eventually these buildings will be abandoned, and then hopefully when I demolish them, commercial will be built there instead. I'm so articulate today, aren't I? My words they're not coming out very straight. Anyway, so what have we got? We're slowly growing. As you can see, we've had a bit of a population boom, as you'd expect. We've got total. So we've got 146 unfilled jobs. So we need to keep on building more residences, so that we can keep employment up in the high levels where we want it. And we're making a bit of money now, which is good. Excellent. So let's see if we can extend our avenue a little bit, actually. And where do we want to take it? We want to take it kind of around that way. And let's get some more. So basically, I want a road going out that way. And let's follow our road guides here and go like so. Now, one problem that I think I'm going to have is I've got a lot of intersections coming off this avenue, which is going to be traffic chaos. So we might have to change things around a little bit in the future as we get high density areas. But we'll deal with that when we come to it. And in the meantime, let's zone all this out. Yeah, why not? Okay, I think that's a good enough start for now. I might leave it there for this episode. Maybe I'll do a little bit of stuff off camera. I'm not really sure how this series is going to work yet. I guess it depends on how many people are watching it, and if any at all, that is, and what you guys want me to do. So thanks for watching me, and join me next time.